What's going on, y'all, and welcome on in. We gotta talk right now so I can tell you my honest truth. What I think after a full night of testing of Summertime Iseria, strengths, weaknesses. Is she worth it? Is she worth your hard-earned bookmarks? Stay tuned to find out. Before we start, guys, this video is of course sponsored by LD Player. Please check them out using the links in the description below. Thank you so much for being cool with it. And guys, honestly, their latest version has just been absolutely amazing. Decreased RAM usage. It is buttery smooth. Try it out. It'll help support the channel, and thank you so much again. Shout out to LD Player. Now, let's go ahead and talk about Summertime Iseria. Guys, go ahead and see the chat box above to see how my summons went. Please leave in the comments below. Let me know how your guys' summons went. You know I always want to know. Update me. How did your guys' summons go? They had to have been better than mine. I had probably the saddest summon session I've ever had. That being said, let's go ahead and start talking about Summertime Iseria. Alright guys, by the way, here's the remaining Sky Stones I have left after that sad summon pity session. If Smilegate decides to bring out any new awesome heroes, I'm in big trouble. Awesome heroes like Mysterious Woman. Have y'all seen the new story? I won't spoil anything, but I'll put a picture up real fast. But anyways, that's not what this video is about. Let's go ahead and talk about the builds that I used for that clip I used at the start of the video. Let's start with Summertime Iseria, and then we'll talk about her kit individually. But here's the kind of build we decided on, just for like massive damage, arena style cleaving, you could call it. We went for massive attack, defense, and health. If you have a little bit, just so we can kind of, you know, sustain a little bit of damage in case the enemy doesn't die instantly. And then of course we want a little bit of effectiveness, at least some, so that we can land those early bombs. And you know, of course, landing her S3 debuffs, the decreased attack is nice as well. Main thing though is the attack. We want the bombs to maximize their damage. Mui, I think, is a very nice combination unit. Guys, let me know what you have found is nice pairings with Iseria. Keep in mind, this is a level 50 Mui with 0 Molagora. I am not a speed player. I'm not a control player. But it was fun to run. I think I have some gear that can make it work. We just wanted to make her as fast as possible. High effectiveness to make sure she lands the strip. And then we want the increased attack for her entire squad. Mui is a very nice unit. On top of that, when she procs her bonus turn here, guys, the nice thing is, as y'all saw in that video, Flan on Unseen Observer will actually give enough souls so that Summertime Iseria can double soul burn, right? She gets 1 free soul burn, and you actually build up 20 souls with this setup. So it's kind of a cool mechanic. A little bit of a gimmick, but a cool mechanic. Also, level 50 Flan, guys, 0 Molagora. Of course, she's just here to set up the defense break initially. And then, you know, if we want to boost up the follow up Iseria again or whatever, you know, she has some applications, but she's really just there for the defense break. After that, guys, we have Emma Leo, who of course will be getting another adjustment, a buff, come September 2nd. And guys, I may need to do a follow-up video after this week, right before the recall period ends. Remember, we have until, I believe, around that balance patch time before we can decide if we want to recall or not. Those of you that only have one Emma Leo like me, I think my bomb testing is almost, I'll have decided very soon, guys, whether or not I'm going to keep one Emma Leo or not. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'm thinking about changing him out because bombs, we'll get into it in a little bit. But anyways, in terms of the comp that I use that I found to be really fun and highly effective, we just went for some attack, same thing, some effectiveness, speed tune to go after the Flan and of course the Mui, but before the Iseria, so that we can set up more bombs for Iseria to detonate. And then last but not least, of course, we get back to Iseria. Her skill 2 will push up the team, apply some bombs. We do double soul burn, land 2 more bombs, hopefully, because we only have 1 artifact, guys. Those of you that got a max limit break artifact, I'm jealous. But, you know, 2 more bombs with a double soul burn, and then apply the big bomb detonate. I think it's a fun build, but overall, guys, I think before we talk about her major strengths and weaknesses, I think let's take a break real fast to talk about the bomb mechanics, because there's a lot of misinformation flying around about it, and I gotta make a public service announcement for y'all. Okay, so on stream, guys, after doing some sleuthing, some Sherlock Holmesing, we kind of compiled a sort of list, and this is pretty much all been, but it's pretty much been confirmed until I guess we hear from Smilegate officially. This is kind of what I believe has just been in testing completely true, and all the evidence has backed it up. Here's how bombs are looking, guys. Let's go over a few things real fast. Hopefully y'all can read this. If not, I'll put it bigger in post-editing. But a lot of people, myself included, we're not sure kind of what, you know, when we saw the patch preview, it sounded like bombs may, you know, with the whole Emma Leo recall, his skill description is not matching up. They mentioned things like bombs are going to ignore effect resist. They mentioned something about bombs detonating upon transferring and cleansing. So we weren't sure if these are changes that are going to be happening in the future, changes that are happening now. Who knows, right? The information was not clearly established, was not as clearly conveyed. And I think a lot of people sort of started rumors and started just taking off with it. Here's what we found out for 99% sure, guys. Number one, bombs actually used to detonate upon transfer and cleanse, and this is no longer, as of today, the case, right, guys? I don't know when they took this out, but this is what they were referencing in terms of ML Leo's description not adding up. Bombs will no longer detonate upon transfer and cleanse, okay? That's not getting added in the future. That was already in the game, and this is no longer the case as of today. Number two, bombs were changed as of August 19th to ignore effect resist on detonate. That happened during the last patch. This is already in effect. You can test it in game. It's live. Number three, that being said, with number 1 and 2, both Roaming Warrior Leo and Summertime Iseria are now fully accurate in all the updates and all the changes that they did in skill descriptions, and no further changes, as far as I know, as far as anyone knows, are being added to bombs and the bomb mechanics, at least for now, guys, when we're referencing what we heard on the patch previews. That doesn't mean down the line in the future they're going to look at bombs and maybe slightly adjust things in here and there, but I know a lot of people are like, all right, well, bombs are still going to get buffed in the next week or so. They said that's why MLE was getting changed. That's not the case, guys. All the bomb effects as of today with Summertime Iseria being released, that's how it is, and this is how we're going to have it for now until they decide to change anything up in the future. But anything that was referenced in like the patch preview, that's not happening anymore, okay? So please let your friends know, let anyone know that's curious if anything else is getting added to bombs. Everything is all updated and live as of today, and that's how we have it, okay? So what does that mean for us, guys? After a full day of memeing around with bombs, what do I think about it? I'm not the biggest fan, guys. Here's the honest truth part. I think Iseria and bombs and Roaming Warrior Leo, at least as of right now, it's not the strongest mechanic. It's really fun, and I think a lot of you guys that love to play out of the box and just have like fun, creative combos and things like that will have an amazing time with Summertime Iseria. But I just don't think the bombs, and her specifically, are really that strong overall, okay? Please don't get mad at me for saying that. I know you're going to watch a lot of videos of people destroying montages of arena cleaving with Summertime Iseria, but especially in modes like real-time arena, let's go over some of the weaknesses that I've found, okay? The main one being, guys, is no self-strip. All right, if we look at a unit like Silverblade Araminta, who has an awesome kit, she has burns, she has 100% stun chances, AoE stuns. Why does no one use her? It's because of her reliance on bringing another unit to do the strip job, to you know, strip off the immunity of the enemy team. And it's just too much to take when we have units like this in the game, guys. And by the way, her gear's missing because we've been testing stuff out. But when we have 3-star units that can strip for themselves, that can also self-detonate, have way better survivability, it kind of just, you know, Summertime Iseria starts to look not as great. Now, I know a lot of y'all are thinking, well, Carrot's super busted. Let's not compare her to Summertime Iseria. Guys, the problem is, I think we have to if we want to look at Summertime Iseria as an individual unit. When the stars align, when you bring supporting cast, when you set up bombs and have the perfect team, she's amazing. She looks amazing. She's super fun. But just as a standalone unit, I think she's underpowered, at least a little bit for now. That being said, guys, is she worth summoning? Okay, let's be clear. This is what this video is about. Is she worth summoning? 100%. And let me tell you why. She's a limited unit. I think both her and our artifact you have to summon or pull for with powder, with whatever, if you have to go to pity, because it sounds like Smilegate may want to push this bomb feature a little bit more in the future. They're looking at addressing it. Maybe they'll add more bomb units, more bomb characters that'll supplement or make Summertime Iseria and Roaming Warrior Leo shine even more. Or they may buffer in the future like they did with Landy, with Cerise. I think you gotta summon for her, guys. They've shown that they will on the regular buff limited units to bring them in line. So please do yourself a favor and try at least, even if she doesn't really, you know, seem amazing so far, I think you should pick her up, okay? So that's my final stance. I think everybody should pick up 1 copy of Summertime Iseria, 1 copy of Artifact at least. And those of you that want to build her fully, let me go and share my full thoughts on the strengths and what I think about how we should build her, okay? First off, let's talk about Mola's skill priority. The bare minimum I think you can get away with would be +8. I really think you want the bonus attack here. It really helps set up the bomb damage, and 8% more attack is just really nice for 2 last skill enhancements. On top of that, I think we definitely want the -1 turn cooldown, especially if we're playing in a control type setup. The fact that she gives increased speed, if you run her with like Cerise, who does decreased speed, and you have any kind of combat readiness mechanics, you will cycle so fast. You will come back to this Sword of Flowers on a 2-turn cooldown. It's gonna feel really good, okay? Did I say 2 turns? You know what I mean. After the minus turns skill cooldown. Beyond that, so the biggest strengths, bring an attack up, like Mui. I think if you want to bring a control setup, run her alongside Cerise. Leo, I'm not sure yet. I think once he receives his buffs, if he can also defense break, he'll feel much better. But as of now, Leo didn't seem the best. It was kind of just fun to add more bombs into the scenario. But I think other units are better right now until he receives his buffs on September 2nd. But beyond that, guys, let me talk to my turn 2 bruiser players. I tried testing how she would work as a, you know, maybe tankier standalone unit where we don't need to bring a strip, we don't need to bring another unit, because as we all know in real-time arena, it's very hard to bring combo units in. 2 units that have to be with each other, so Summertime Iseria plus Cerise or Summertime Iseria plus Mui. It's just very difficult to pull off. If your opponent finds out the plan, they can either interrupt it, or you're just dedicating 2 things that might get banned out. It's just not amazing, right? That's why Tamara and Iseria, even though they're an awesome combo, you just don't see that really often anywhere outside arena offense, Guild War offense. But overall, if you build her a little bit tankier, kind of use her more as a debuffer and occasional bombs here and there, it's like, why not just run Researcher Carrot or another unit? I don't think she's really good as a tankier unit. I think you have to run her either hyper aggressive in a cleave setup with bombs going off like crazy, or in a control setup. I think control might be super fun and actually really, really viable for this playstyle. So that being said, I think those of you watching right now, guys, those of you that think outside of the box, that like to run these fun combo comps, please don't give up on Iseria if you might hear some bad things. I don't know, maybe some of y'all like her, maybe some of y'all are really praising her right now, but from what I've heard from a lot of other streamers that I talk with, a lot of them kind of are underwhelmed, me included. Please keep testing her though. Those of you that are on the fence, do not invest more molas than the bare minimum like you see here, guys, until you're fully aware of how she runs. And those of you that like to use the bombs, you definitely need a max limit break artifact, which is also one of Summertime Iseria's biggest weaknesses, guys. No self-strip, and the fact that she requires a lot of team setup. Her gear requirements are very, very strict, right? We want almost everything. We want attack, we want some defense and health to survive, especially in control. We want some speed. That way we can get our skills off early, and then we still need effectiveness as well. So it's just a hard unit to build. Couple that with the fact that we need a max limit break artifact if we want to capitalize on the bombs. And it's just really, really difficult for a not great payoff. All right, y'all. So in closing, let's recap. I think everybody, regardless of what you think about Summertime Iseria, every player that can should pick up 1 copy of both her and her artifact, okay? Regardless, if you think she's good, she's bad, just try to get 1 of each, or otherwise, I think you will ultimately regret it. Okay, for all the reasons I mentioned throughout the video. That being said, guys, it's only been 1 day. Please keep testing. Please keep trying her out. Those of you that love her, join the Discord. I know I'll be testing her out. Stop by the streams. We'll look more into her this week. But those of you especially, please let me know here in the comments if you find some awesome team comps. Especially those of you that are going to try on real-time arena in RTA, please let me know your success stories. I would love to make her work. I just think for all the aforementioned reasons, at least for my playstyle, it's going to be a lot harder for me to get her to work. But I look forward to hearing from you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please check out LD Player. Use the links in the description below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. Peace out, everybody.